There was a time when cars weren't filled with touchscreens, digital assistants, or self-driving technology. Every journey depended entirely on the driver, and every engine had a unique personality. Back then, automobiles weren't simply machines, they were symbols of freedom, ambition, and craftsmanship. Today, many of these classic automobiles are more than 50, 60, or even 100 years old. Yet collectors spend millions of dollars to own them. Museums proudly display them, and enthusiasts dedicate their lives to restoring them. But what makes these old machines so valuable? Why do they continue to inspire admiration in an age dominated by electric vehicles and artificial intelligence? This is the remarkable story of vintage cars, the machines that refuse to be forgotten. Chapter 1: The Birth of the Automobile. Before automobiles existed, people traveled by horse-drawn carriages. Long-distance travel was slow, uncomfortable, and often dangerous. Cities echoed with the sounds of horses rather than engines. Everything changed during the Industrial Revolution. Inventors across Europe and America dreamed of building a machine capable of moving without horses. It seemed impossible, yet countless engineers devoted years to making that dream a reality. Finally, in 1886, German engineer Karl Benz introduced what many historians recognize as the world's first practical automobile powered by a gasoline engine. The vehicle was simple. It had 3 wheels, a small engine, and a top speed of around 16 kilometers per hour. Compared to today's standards, it looked primitive, but it changed history forever. Soon afterward, inventors around the world began improving the automobile. Engines became stronger, wheels became more reliable, and roads slowly adapted to this revolutionary invention. Cars were no longer an impossible dream. They had become the future. Chapter 2: Henry Ford and the Automobile Revolution. Although early automobiles were remarkable inventions, they were also extremely expensive. Only wealthy individuals could afford them. That changed thanks to one visionary, Henry Ford. Ford believed that automobiles should be available to ordinary families, not just the rich. Instead of building cars one at a time, he introduced the moving assembly line. Workers remained in one position while each car moved through the factory. Every worker completed a single task before the vehicle moved to the next station. This dramatically reduced production time. A process that once required more than 12 hours could now be completed in just 90 minutes. As manufacturing became faster, prices dropped significantly. Millions of families purchased their first automobile, transforming transportation forever. Cars became part of everyday life. Road trips became possible. Entire cities expanded because people could now travel farther than ever before. The automobile had changed society forever. Chapter 3: The Golden Age of Vintage Cars. The decades following World War II became known as the Golden Age of automobiles. The 1950s and 1960s witnessed an explosion of creativity, unlike anything the automotive world had ever seen. Manufacturers competed not only to build the fastest cars, but also the most beautiful. Chrome-covered bumpers reflected sunlight like mirrors. Massive tail fins gave cars the appearance of jet aircraft. Leather interiors were handcrafted with extraordinary attention to detail. Powerful V8 engines produced unforgettable sounds that echoed through city streets. Owning a car became more than transportation. It became a statement of identity. Some people wanted luxury, others wanted speed. Some simply wanted to admire these rolling works of art. Automobile designers weren't just engineers, they were artists. Every curve, every headlight, every grille, and every emblem was carefully designed to leave a lasting impression. This was an era when automobiles possessed genuine character. Chapter 4: The Legends Throughout Automotive History. Several cars achieved legendary status. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air became one of the most recognizable American classics ever built. Its distinctive chrome styling and elegant design perfectly represented the optimism of post-war America. The Jaguar E-Type amazed the world with its breathtaking appearance. Even Enzo Ferrari once described it as one of the most beautiful cars ever made. Then came the Ford Mustang. Affordable, powerful, and stylish, it became an instant icon. Young drivers dreamed of owning one, while Hollywood films transformed it into a symbol of freedom and adventure. Another masterpiece was the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. Its extraordinary upward opening doors looked unlike anything seen before. Even today, decades later, it remains one of the most admired automobiles ever produced. These cars weren't famous because they were the fastest. They became legends because they